Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, a spring storm, winter-like weather blows through Edmonton and closes highways. A new school of thought, how the province plans to hire more teachers in time for next fall. And ruffling feathers, the Oilers hope to spoil the Ducks' first home playoff game in nearly a decade.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
About 300 vehicles are stranded along a major highway north of Edmonton, according to RCMP. They're stuck in snowdrifts, ditches, and behind jackknife semis after an intense snowstorm blew in last night. CTV's Jeremy Thompson has more on the situation and the response.
It's 8:15 in the morning. We've been here now for about 12, 13 hours.
Deep snowdrifts surround a line of traffic stretching into the distance on Highway 63 south of Fort McMurray. Hundreds of people caught in a spring snowstorm that hit Thursday evening.
Just north of Wandering River around 5:36, the weather just turned completely for the worse. It was full whiteout conditions.
People like Judith Awascu are tired and frustrated by a lack of information on what they should do and when help will arrive.
Been making phone calls and sending text messages and trying to get a hold of somebody or anybody to give us some answers.
Most of the traffic is stuck near Mariana Lake, about 100 kilometers south of Fort McMurray. Highway 63 and Highway 881 were closed for most of the day. Drivers doing their best to stay warm, fed, and informed without running out of gas, aided by McMurray locals who jumped into action.
We put it on Facebook, that's where we're going to meet, and people start coming, truck after truck, truck after truck. And then at 2 a.m., we hit the road.
Mohammed Terrapin's group loaded up with pizzas from a local joint that kept its kitchen open and gas cans to help.
It took us 2 hours and a half to get to Mariana Lake. And when we got there, man, it was like a disaster.
While volunteers did their part, drivers were relying on Facebook posts from people like former radio host Mike Jones for updates.
There wasn't really a lot coming from official sources, so it was a lot of eyewitness reports, and people are sending me messages being like, hey, this is what's happening, can you get the word out, can you spread this out?
Highway 63 and 881 remain impassable due to dangerous storm conditions.
Around 1:20, roughly 20 hours after the first vehicles got stuck, the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo posted this video update from RCMP and issued a press release advising the public about a coordinated response that had been active in the background since early in the morning.
Outside the boundaries of the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo, but there are residents. So this morning when we got down and got kind of caught up to what's actually going on, we deployed, there's a fleet of tow trucks heading south.
Tow trucks, plows, and other heavy equipment on their way from both directions.
And CTV's Jeremy Thompson joins us now. So, Jer, what's happening on highways at the moment?
Yeah, Matt, this is still an active situation up on Highway 63, as is the storm that's causing it, at least here in Edmonton. The storm's still here. RCMP issued a release about how the rest of this evening is going to go for the folks out there still stuck on this highway. They say Highway 63 will be entirely closed tonight. That is north of Wandering River and south of the turnoff to Highway 881. Incidentally, that Highway 881 is also blocked in both directions north of Imperial Mills. So police say that snowplows, tow trucks, and police are going to be working together through the weekend to rescue drivers, get them unstuck, and get them on their way. They do say anyone who experiences an emergency should not hesitate to call 911. Matt?
All right, CTV's Jeremy Thompson live in the West End tonight. Thank you. All right, Josh, is all that snow and the wind we've been experiencing here in Edmonton finally going to come to an end?
Well, it looks like we'll see some improvements overnight tonight and early tomorrow, but we still have several hours of really gusty conditions and still several hours of some heavy snow here. Snowfall warning still in effect. Orange level. You can see why, given how much has fallen in through that area. And then a blowing snow advisory for the areas in blue, which does not include the city of Edmonton, but areas just off to the east and southeast. Here's the latest on the radar map. You can see from Fort McMurray all the way south to Highway 16. We do have Fairly decent area of snowfall still coming down, and that'll continue at least through this evening. Let's take a look at some of the highway conditions from 511. That's near Mariana Lake, near zero visibility at times through the day today with the blowing snow. Tons of snow on the ground and some big drifts. That's near Conklin on 881. Once you get into Fort McMurray, conditions are a whole lot better. It's the highways south that are in the worst shape. It's actually still drifting and blowing across grassland. If you look at around Bonnyville, you got a couple centimeters of snow, but it doesn't look like blowing snow is a big issue. It has been a factor, though. Blowing snow reducing visibility on Highway 16. That was Vermilion. This just east of Edmonton at Elk Island Park and just off to the southeast of Camrose. You have had some blowing snow, and now we've got a little bit of blowing snow in the Edmonton area as well. This has kind of been off and on through the day today, and that'll continue to be the case for the rest of tonight. Occasional pockets of flurries, wind still gusting to about 50 kilometers per hour mid-evening, but it looks like tomorrow should back off gradually as the day goes on. I mean, gusts to 30 is a whole lot better than the 50 to 70 kilometer per hour gusts we had today. Cold air is going to stick around right through the weekend, though. Closer look at that and the rest of your forecast in a couple minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. The town of Peace River has canceled its state of local emergency and flood alert, saying water flows in the Heart River have decreased. In a Facebook post, the town says there is still a risk of ice jams forming within the boundaries of the community. It says residents should continue to prepare for changing conditions. The province is changing the eligibility requirements for teaching positions so it can hire more staff in time for the next school year. CTV's Connor Hogg joins us now. So, Connor, what qualifications do people need in order to apply?
Matt, students who are in their final year of a Bachelor of Education, qualified internationally educated teachers, in addition to eligible tradespeople and skilled professionals in fields applicable to their expertise, will be able to apply this summer to enter Alberta classrooms in the fall. The province says it's creating new streamlined routes into the teaching profession. There will be different certificates for each of the 4 routes. The province says all of them require training before entering the classroom. School boards and designated teacher leaders will be responsible for hiring and placement. The education minister says that skilled professionals may also teach core courses. While that may happen more often in rural areas, he's not ruling it out in cities.
I would imagine, though, it would largely encompass CTS and other optional programming, but it's not to say that it couldn't cascade into core courses as well. All will have to meet the rigorous high standards that are in place. Those high standards will not be diminished in any way, shape, or form, and we'll continue to make sure that we create innovative solutions like this that can bring world-leading experts into the classroom by maintaining high standards at the same time.
Into the profession must be a careful balancing act. The ATA says it will support new teachers and adds retaining is as important as recruiting. The province says final year Bachelor of Education students and international teachers will be allowed to teach K-12 classes under the new certificates. They can apply for teaching certificates starting June 1st. Tradespeople and skilled professionals will be eligible to teach in grades 7 to 12 in areas that align with their expertise. They need to complete additional training before applying. Matt?
All right, Connor Hogg live in studio tonight. Thank you. New details tonight about why charges were stayed against a self-proclaimed spiritual leader. Lawyers representing John and Leanne de Ruyter say Crown misconduct is what led to the stay of proceedings. They allege the Crown prosecutor manipulated evidence of 2 expert witnesses it hoped to call at the trial. One that would testify the group was a cult, the second a forensic psychologist. It's alleged the Crown suggested or made edits to wording in their reports to better suit the Crown's case. The defense intends to file complaints to the Law Society and the College of Alberta Psychologists and hopes to recover court costs. The Alberta Crown Prosecution Service would not discuss any specifics, only saying an internal review is underway. Edmonton police are looking for a person who was robbed. Police say the robbery happened on March 25th at the McEwen LRT station. They say someone used a hatchet to cut off the victim's backpack before jumping on a train. Police say they have already identified the thief. They're now hoping to find the person who was robbed, and they're hoping that person will come forward and speak with investigators. They would also like to make sure the victim was not injured. Some major road closures are coming to West Edmonton, so work on the Valley Line West LRT can continue. Starting next week, there will be lane closures at 178th Street and 87th Avenue. A week later, lane restrictions begin at 170th Street and 87th Avenue. Lane reductions will continue in stages throughout the construction season, with work at both intersections continuing until the end of the year. Other parts of 87th Avenue will also see lane reductions for the rest of the year. The city says while the closures are disruptive, this should be the last year of major road construction for this project.
In terms of road and sidewalk construction, we're pretty much going to be done this year, which we're pretty happy for. At least I hope the commuters will be happy because they won't see any of the traffic restrictions like they've had in the last 4 or 5 years.
To stay updated, you can sign up for construction notices from Marigold Infrastructure Partners. The Edmonton Oilers will try and recapture the series lead in their first-round matchup against the Anaheim Ducks tonight. The Oilers and Ducks are currently tied at 1 game apiece. The opening round series shifts to Anaheim for games 3 and 4. Tonight will be the first playoff game in Anaheim in almost a decade, so the players are expecting a very loud crowd.
I know it'll be rocking in here, and I mean, you can use some of that energy in the building, whether it's yours or not, and play off that.
It's great. I mean, ultimately, if they're cheering for you or against you, it's still noise, right? So that's the beauty of playoffs. Still the same game with the same rules in place and whatnot, but it's always good entertainment for their fans, and these are, obviously easy ones for us players to get up to as well.
Here in Edmonton, thousands of fans will be watching the game on the Jumbotron at Rogers Place. The watch party is sold out. Fan Park will be open, but the Moss Pit is closed because of the wind. Coming up next on CTV News, U of A researchers making promising progress in the fight against Parkinson's.
The CTV drone powered by Century Casino. 3 great locations: Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile.
Wake up with us at CTV Your Morning Edmonton for the latest local news, up-to-the-minute weather, traffic updates, and lifestyle entertainment. There's no brighter way to start your day. CTV Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays 6 to 9. Watch live on Crave.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Researchers at the University of Alberta believe they're making promising progress in the battle against Parkinson's disease. CTV's Curtis Goodrum has more on the research and how it could change lives.
While Neil Merkel works hard at the gym, a team at the U of A is also working hard, fighting Parkinson's disease.
We've been interested in the misfolded proteins that are thought to cause Parkinson's disease.
Neil noticed a change in 2022.
A tremor in my right hand.
That tremble was an early sign of Parkinson's. He was only 47.
It hits you like a ton of bricks. It's pretty surreal. Like I didn't believe it at first. My first thoughts were I have most of my life ahead of me.
Neil is far from alone. On average, 38 people are diagnosed with Parkinson's every day in Canada.
This is much more prevalent than we realize.
The search for a cure is widespread. The U of A team is now sharing a promising development. A vaccine, they say, slows the progression of Parkinson's in mice by 40%.
We have the special trick in there, meaning using structural biology in there, which is absolutely necessary for the success of our vaccine.
While the vaccine is still in the testing phase, it has shown potential to help those with early symptoms.
A 40% extension, if you would give this one to a human being, would be tremendous.
So Neil is doing the best thing, keeping his body active, the best medicine available.
We want people to have hope, but also realistic about, what they've got to do for their own health.
Neil is pulling every moment he can from life.
I've learned that regardless of what the disease causes me, I'm going to continue my workouts. I'm going to continue living life, doing the traveling.
Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, Edmonton.
WP Wagner students have raised nearly $100,000 for the Ben Stelter Foundation in this year's Wagathon. Students biked for 24 hours, raising money for the foundation. Their efforts this year will support children and their families fighting pediatric cancers. Nearly 400 students took part in the overnight bike-a-thon.
Out fundraising on evenings and weekends, and I'm so unbelievably proud.
Students have raised about $1 million over 15 years of the Wagathon. You can still donate by visiting benstelterfoundation.com. Still to come tonight on CTV News, reading rewards, how you can earn prizes during a local bookstore extravaganza.
When people support indie bookstores, they nourish an entire ecosystem.
The wintry weather is causing major disruptions to a soccer tournament in the Edmonton area. The Edmonton Minors Soccer Association Champions League tournament includes around 200 teams. It was supposed to be outdoors in Atchison, but all those games have either been moved inside or delayed. Organizers say teams that don't play will receive a refund. And the wind has been so strong around here lately, a porta potty was spotted blowing down 103rd Avenue near 103rd Street downtown last night. It appears it was dislodged by the wind. The turbulent toilet was blown through traffic. It eventually comes to a stop near the side of the road after dodging a couple of vehicles. Although legend has it, Josh, that porta potty is still blowing its way east. It should reach Lloydminster by about midnight tonight. Can you imagine being someone stuck inside that thing?
No. That's fantastic. It is portable.
Yeah.
Take a look outside right now. Wind has been a big issue for the last 24 to 36 hours. It'll still be fairly gusty right through this evening. And so every now and then, that actually looks a little bit better than it did a moment ago. The snow has kind of eased up a little bit. Every now and then, though, you're going to get these blasts of snow that go through, and because of the wind, you're going to get near zero visibility. Temperatures at zero right now, with the wind 30 gusting to 50 kilometers per hour. It's going to be another chilly one tomorrow and Sunday. Even Monday, still well below average, but it's warmer than it has been. And then, yeah, this looks pretty good. Middle to the end of next week, back into the mid to high teens for daytime highs. It is 0 in Red Deer. Grand Prairie's at 7. Should get to about 7 degrees again tomorrow. -3 and -5 in Fort McMurray and Cold Lake. And look at these wind gusts up around 60 kilometers per hour in the northeast, but closer to 90 for Red Deer and Calgary. Strongest wind gusts in this pink zone. This is 6 p.m. There's 11 p.m. It's a little bit better, but still pretty gusty through this evening and overnight tonight. Even tomorrow, 20 gusting to 30 through the morning hours. By late in the day, the wind should start to back off. So around supper time or into the evening hours, we'll be done with the gusts. Even tomorrow morning, though, gusting to 30 is not as bad as today. Snowfall warning remains in effect. This will probably get dropped here overnight tonight or sometime tomorrow, and then blowing snow advisory for the areas in blue with the wind warning in green. There's a little bit of snow just off to the north of the Edmonton region, and you can see everything is dropping from north to south on the backside of this low pressure system. So we'll get a few more pockets of snow overnight tonight and off and on through the day tomorrow, although it really looks like, this is 8 a.m., really looks like by the afternoon hours, most of the flurries are going to be from Edmonton west. So east central Alberta, you'll get a little bit of a break here tomorrow from the heavier pockets of snow. Could see some significant snow Saturday night in through western Alberta. I think by Sunday, there might still be a handful of snowflakes in parts of the province, but the heavier snow will all be done. -2, Fort McMurray tomorrow, 7 degrees in Grand Prairie, about -2 for Red Deer and Lloydminster. And in Jasper, you'll get to about 6 degrees tomorrow with the chance of some snow tomorrow night. Off and on flurries tonight and tomorrow, especially through the first half of the day. Should start to back off in the afternoon. Same with the wind. About 0 or -1 for a high tomorrow. 2 or 3 on Sunday, and then 5 on Monday, and double digits return Tuesday, Wednesday. The absolute final deadline in the Mighty Millions Lottery is midnight, May 1st. You have a week to get your tickets and get in on that $2.5 million grand prize package. Go to mightymillionslottery.com and get your tickets now. Long range forecast has more sunshine once we hit next week and some much warmer temperatures. So still gusty tonight. Get through tonight and even a little bit of a breeze tomorrow, and then conditions should improve in a big way.
Tie those porta potties down. All right, Josh, thank you. People can show their support for local bookshops this weekend at the Indie Bookstore Day extravaganza. People can pick up a passport at one of 16 participating independent bookshops. Visiting each store will earn a passport stamp and a chance to win prizes. Purchasing an item at a bookstore is not required, but it is encouraged. One of the extravaganza's organizers says this is a celebration of the role these shops have in their communities.
When people support indie bookstores, they nourish an entire ecosystem. They support indie publishers and curated collections by booksellers who love to read. They're boosting the love of books and reading, and they're keeping resources and dollars local in their communities and their economies.
If you don't drive, Edmonton Transit is offering a free shuttle service to the shops. When we return, an opera made just for Oilers fans.
Opera is, to me, the highest definition of kind of art and theater, and that's what you're seeing on the ice kind of every one of these playoff games.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Coming up on CTV News at 6, the CEO of OpenAI has issued an apology to the community of Tumbler Ridge. Also ahead, the Alberta Medical Association is calling on the province to provide universal coverage of the RSV shot for babies, and why plans to remove a concert organ from the U of A is hitting a sour note with some. Those stories and more tonight on CTV News at 6 with Jeff Hastings. The Edmonton Opera is hoping to hit a high note with Oilers fans with its latest video. This one reimagines the song, Maybe This Time, from the musical Cabaret. It's in response to back-to-back Stanley Cup losses. CTV's Nara Manisa has more.
Maybe this time we'll be lucky.
From the office to a street hockey game.
For the sixth time, the cup won't slip away.
The Edmonton Opera is voicing its support for the Edmonton Oilers.
There's so many differences that we each have, but what do we all unite around? We can unite around something like the Oilers.
Joel Ivany is the artistic director with Edmonton Opera. He says hockey and opera have more similarities than most think.
Opera is, to me, the highest definition of kind of art and theater, and that's what you're seeing on the ice kind of every one of these playoff games is drama is, it feels kind of like life or death, which is kind of what opera can be.
This year's video shows some of its opera singers in everyday roles. The scenes from the street hockey game features Ivany's son, Sammy.
I've been performing and singing my entire life.
The 12-year-old says it was a full day of shooting, starting in the studio and then ending with his scene.
I gained my confidence each time I sang it.
I didn't pressure him too much into it, but it's something he's a passionate sports fan himself.
We will be playing La Bamba, 16 wins with La Bamba.
2 years ago, Edmonton Opera released this video, which included Oilers anthem singer Robert Clark. Ivany says it was met with pushback from some superstitious Oilers fans who believed singing about winning would jinx the team.
We're very sensitive to that as well, but also just we love the city and we don't want to miss a part of cheering for this team.
Ivany hopes to make these videos a postseason tradition. He says they will always be singing the praises of the orange and blue.
We love our city, we love our Oilers, so go Oilers, go.
Nara Manisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. CTV News continues right now.